Welcome to my lemonade stand. I'm Dion, and today we're going to talk about job interviews. I know we need tools to help us to select candidates for roles that we need to fill within our organization. And I also know that it seems logical to get a group of potential candidates and grill them on a bunch of questions to figure out who's the most suitable candidate for the role. However, I also know that everything that's logical on paper doesn't necessarily play out that way in real life. Perfect example of that is umbrellas. Taking an umbrella with you in case it rains to make sure that you don't get wet makes logical sense, right? However, we all know that the most effective way to ensure that it doesn't rain is to take an umbrella with you. So you see, not everything that's logical actually plays out that way in real life. So with interviews, what I find often plays out is that you have an interviewer who diligently looks up and researches the most effective interview questions online and writes down those questions that really resonate with them. But in parallel, you have an interviewee who does the same thing, but this time they're searching best answers to the most effective interview questions, and they're writing down what would be the optimal answers that they could provide. Then you throw those two people into a room, and what you get is something like, they'll throw out a question like, how do you manage stress? And the interviewee knows that they're supposed to answer mindfulness, meditation, exercise, and they know that they probably shouldn't mention the fact that they also binge drink and eat candy. Then at the end of the interview, they'll flip the table and the interviewer will ask the interviewee, ask me a question that you might have. And at that point, the interviewee knows that they're supposed to have canvassed the latest news releases and ask a very pertinent question about something that's currently going on with the organization. So it gets to be a little bit contrived, and it's more of an interviewee providing the answers that they think that the interviewer wants to hear. And again, there's no malice in this. It's just that interviews are not typically very comfortable scenarios, and an interviewee wants to make sure that they're well prepared to put their best foot forward so that they could potentially get that role. So that's what the intent is. What might be more helpful would be a way of trying to make that interview a more meaningful conversation and an opportunity to really connect and get to know each other a little bit more. And there are ways that an interviewer would be able to help with that. Things like coming in and right off the bat, just declaring the fact that, job interviews are not necessarily the most natural or comfortable states for people to get to know each other. So that will kind of be a way of breaking the ice. They might even share a story about one time that they were really freaked out in a job interview, or maybe a mistake that they might have made, to kind of open up the gate to have a more candid and personal conversation, and then a bit of a back and forth where both parties are sharing information about the organization and the candidates sharing information about themselves. And it could be a really great opportunity to get to know each other a little bit in a short period of time, and then both parties figure out if this is the best fit for them. So I hope that you'll try to incorporate some of these ideas the next time that you're conducting an interview or you're being interviewed, and see how that works out. This has been my lemonade stand, and I look forward to sharing more ideas and concepts with you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos. I post a new one every Thursday. Also look out for the launch of the audiobook for Thrive, which is being released in June, and feel free to follow me on my social media accounts. Thanks again, and see you next time.